Hello everyone, and welcome back to W13 Universe. Oh no, we're still in Los Angeles, California. My name is Ditch, and SmackDown has taken Raw's place. Trapped forever. I don't want to be in Los Angeles anymore. Please. CM Punk making his way down to the ring here tonight. He is set to face off against another man who is a participant in the 2011 SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. It is CM Punk scheduled to face off against the European champion Damien Sandow in non-title competition here tonight. I'm very much looking forward to the outcome of this matchup. Either way, one of these guys is going to be heading into Money in the Bank with that little bit more momentum. And for CM Punk, who knows, maybe it could earn him a shot at the European Championship if he's able to best the champion himself, Damien Sandow. This is a great matchup right here. Two of my favorites on SmackDown right now.
Approaching the ring from Palo Alto, California, weighing 247 pounds, the European champion, Damien Sandow.
Damien Sandow says he is the most cultured European champion of all time. There is not a European language this man cannot speak. A lot of people not too pleased that a non-European wrestler is holding it, but he says that it is more fit for him than anyone that has held it in the past. Sure, Sheamus may be from Ireland, and Drew McIntyre Scotland, and Wade Barrett the United Kingdom, but Damien Sandow, he's a cultured man. He's a man that knows all there is to know about any and every country that is a part of Europe. And I'm not going to question that because I don't know that much about Europe. But he comes down to the ring here tonight wearing that championship, and last week, I believe it was, in SmackDown, this man stole the show in a phenomenal performance against one half of the tag team champions, Edge, in which he qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match. We've been told that the final participant for the Money in the Bank ladder match will be determined next week on SmackDown. So that's going to be very interesting. Tonight, though, the other two participants, Triple H and Brock Lesnar, return to action against one another, as they're going to be teaming with the World Championship participants. We're going to be seeing the World Heavyweight Champion Kane teaming up with Triple H to face the #1 contender Sheamus, as well as Triple H's longtime rival Brock Lesnar. And of course, Sheamus being the man who took the world title from Brock Lesnar. I mean, sorry, the other way around. Brock Lesnar being the man who took the world title from Sheamus back in December. It'll be very interesting to see how those two get along as a tag team tonight. Damien Sandow with some very unique offense here. Punk hung up in the ropes. Oh, wow. And a big boot. And Damien Sandow very proud of his work here tonight, as he has managed to best CM Punk so far. The first minute of this matchup. Tie up by these two as, rakes the eyes of CM Punk. And Damien Sandow, to say, really show-stealing performance last week against Edge to qualify for Money in the Bank. I'm very curious to see who's going to be in Money in the Bank to take that final 6th spot next week on SmackDown, as both Raw and SmackDown's Money in the Bank ladder matches are damn near complete. For SmackDown, we know that it is Triple H, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and Damien Sandow, but we also know that Rey Mysterio will be facing the United States Champion at Money in the Bank, and the winner of that US title match will not only be the US Champion, but will compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match later on in the night, leaving just one open space. And of course, the US Champion will be determined tonight as Drew McIntyre looks to get title defense number 10 out of the way, I believe, as he faces off against Jack Swagger, a man who defeated him in a Money in the Bank qualifier a few weeks back, an elimination match that only saw CM Punk go towards Money in the Bank with a victory. Rey Mysterio defeated Chris Jericho last week to earn that shot for both the US title and a Money in the Bank spot. But tonight we'll find out who he'll be facing. Rey Mysterio versus Drew McIntyre, or Rey Mysterio versus Jack Swagger. Either one of these two matches I'm very interested in. Damien Sandow using everything in his surroundings to really get the best of CM Punk. Which is not the Punk we are used to seeing. This man has been on top form since coming back to SmackDown, but Damien Sandow absolutely laying into him.
And we're going back between the ropes.
Damien Sandow thinks that CM Punk is laid out on the outside. He hasn't looked across the ring. There you go.
Sandow has it.
Sandow now with that big leg sweep. What's he going to do from the top? Oh, drops the knees.
Sandow covers.
CM Punk looking to be in some serious trouble right now. Damien Sandow is getting the best of Punk. 100%. He is riding a lot of momentum from his victory over Edge last week. Punk clearly not feeling it tonight. Where is Punk's head at right now? Damien Sandow. Oh, big boot knocks him out of the ring.
Don't count him out just yet. If he locks in one of those submission holds, this match could just about be
Damien
over.
Sandow with a cartwheel. Another celebration of his own excellence. CM Punk jumping over the ropes. And a reversal. There you go. CM Punk maybe going to be able to find his footing in this match now. Interesting Money in the Bank ladder match over on Raw, I tell ya. It's really showing how well that roulette's been working out for them. You've got Justin Gabriel, Booker T, Shane McMahon, Brian Pillman, and the British Bulldog. Really could not tell you who is walking out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. But that is a interesting match, to say the least. One more spot to be filled.
Punk pushing the offense.
Oh, he's now really finding himself in this matchup. It seems like Damien Sandow's quick offense to start things off has been bested now. CM Punk, quite the technician.
Perfect backbreaker right there.
Camel clutch. He needs to figure out a way to get to his base and break the hold.
Damien Sandow locked in this submission hold as he tries to find his way across the ring, but no. Powers out instead. And Damien Sandow now measuring. He says the time's up for this one. Damien Sandow locking him up. And there's the Terminus. The finishing move of the Intellectual Savior connecting on CM Punk. And that's a 1. Sandow with a clothesline. Sandow going straight in for another cover. And that's another 1. Sandow frustrated. Here comes a second Terminus on CM Punk. And here's a cover. Sandow, hang on a minute. Hang on, his feet are on the ropes. Referee, look. And Punk's still able to kick out. Sandow is getting frustrated.
He hopes to get back into this match. After all of these shots to the head, I've got a feeling that soup's going to be on his diet for the foreseeable future.
Oh, big kick to the head.
There's no solace from Damien Sandow now. Damien in a lot of trouble here.
Sandow really losing it as he connected with both, with not one but 2 Terminus, and neither able to put CM Punk away. Sandow now going in for a desperation move here with the roll up as he tries to get the victory over Punk, and Punk still kicks out.
What's he up to
Wait
here?
a minute. Sandow walking away from the match? Sandow. CM Punk trailing behind him. Sandow taking a moment to celebrate himself up on the ramp here as CM Punk was following. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. We've seen this trick on Sheamus in the past, and it worked. This is what got Sandow a shot at the European Championship. He outwitted Oh, hold on. Punk. Punk with a reversal. And CM Punk, I mean, he's a little tired out. He's taking quite a beating in this matchup. And Damien Sandow running down to the ring desperately. He's tired himself out. Referee up to a count of 9. Has Damien Sandow just cost himself the match by trying to play CM Punk? Yeah. Couldn't get down to the ring quick enough. And CM Punk defeats Damien Sandow by count out. Damien Sandow tried to pull the exact same trick he did on Sheamus a few weeks ago. But it looks like CM Punk actually managed to outsmart the intellectual savior. Wow. You don't see that every day. CM Punk picking up the count-out victory over Damien Sandow. A win's still a win over the European champion. And it is CM Punk who gets that little bit more momentum heading in to Money in the Bank next Sunday. As we move towards our next match here tonight, the WWE Tag Team Championships are on the line. I'm very curious to see who comes out on top in this one. Edge and Christian up against the Usos.
Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 464 pounds, they are the WWE Tag Team Champions, Christian and Edge.
Edge and Christian are currently the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions in history. They've just defeated the record set by The Miz and his recently departed tag team partner. So the Usos making their way down to the ring here tonight for their first ever Tag Team Championship opportunity. They picked up a major victory over the New Age Outlaws last week to earn this shot. Some say this is a little premature for their career. It would be very quick for them to be holding championship gold. It's a 50-50 really. It could be too soon. It may not be though. Either way, I'm into this matchup. Edge and Christian up against the Usos. This seems like it could be a real good match. And there you see it. Tag team champion. That's what it's all about. Look at the gold. Look at the gold. This should be an outstanding match. That's what they're fighting for right there. Both teams ready for action in this tag team title match. I can't say which one I think's the more favorable team. I mean, obviously, I gotta go with Edge and Christian. They have been champions for quite some time now. I think they'll have just passed 100 days.
Smart thinking by Edge. Jimmy counters.
There's Jimmy Uso in the ring there at the moment. And Edge starting things off for his team. Last week he suffered a big loss to Damien Sandow, unable to qualify for Money in the Bank. One's got to think that there is going to be some real aggression from Edge in this match.
Oh man, you take a shot like that and you feel it for weeks.
He's going to really have something to prove. Sorry about the a dog, if you want to call it that, barking in the background, if you want to call barking what it's doing. I don't know if you can actually hear it, but it's a very irritating little sound I have to listen to on the regular. That's our neighbors, aka the Noise Company. Christian tagged in. He's going to definitely be the more fresher of the two, as he wasn't in competition last week. Christian has been quite vocal about the fact he hasn't been given a Money in the Bank qualifier just yet. Our SmackDown General Manager John Laurinaitis has promised Christian that he will be in next week's qualifier. So that's one confirmed participant. But Christian definitely had to do quite a bit of complaining to get that answer. Be right back. And we're back. Okay, that's the beauty of recording in the morning, is you get interrupted a lot by the door and background noise from the neighbors and people shoveling outside and all kinds of delightful things. But unfortunately, it's the only time of day I actually get a chance to do this, so it's that or nothing. I'll show you a flying forearm. In the corner is the tag made to Edge. Great tag team chemistry on display as always by Edge and Christian as Edge goes in for the cover. I believe that was like a baby version of his spear there that he did with that clothesline from Christian. Jimmy really needs to tag out. Edge and Christian really getting the best of this Uso to start things off. Jay has not been in the match just yet.
And he fights his way out. Jimmy with the arm.
Dealing with two former world champions in this tag team combination. I mean, admittedly, you know, a lot of people forget Edge ever was a world champion. It was only a few minutes back at Extreme Rules, but he was world heavyweight champion. And whether it was for a few minutes or not, he's proven that he is capable of capturing the world heavyweight title. Title that he claims he will one day hold again. With Jey Uso in the ring now. Will things be different for the Usos? Currently, it doesn't look that way. Tag made to Christian. Once again, excellent chemistry on display by these two.
A shining example of teamwork as they hit the double team. Oh no, Jay saw that one coming.
Jay has the arm. Slip reversal there by Christian.
Edge and Christian are single-handedly responsible for Goldust and Yoshitatsu's drop to the bottom of the tag team division. You can see them every Sunday night on Velocity, a show that we don't have. And what a takedown by Christian. What a maneuver. Christian now up top. What's he going to do? Oh, diving headbutt. Center of the ring. Here's the cover on Jay. Is this going to be enough? Still just a one count. Uso is really struggling to get into this match.
And there he goes, crashing to the floor. And now it is show-off time. Don't waste time.
Christian's got a lot to prove here tonight. He wants to be the final Money in the Bank qualifier next week on SmackDown. He's got to win this match here tonight to really secure that momentum. Undoubtedly, though, he is one of the better gifted and talented members of the SmackDown roster. Can't really say it's not deserved. And he doesn't do springboards. Okay, who knew? Oh, big slap to the face. Christian off the top drop kick. My God, Edge and Christian, the tag team champions, are just all over these newbies. I mean, that's the thing, ain't it? Is these Usos, unfortunately, they're still very much a rookie team here. And they are not getting that offense in at all. Another cover attempt by Christian. Uso really got to get into this. There you go, DDT. And a forearm. Jey Uso trying to turn things around for his team. A Christian going for a strike. Uso blocks it. Jey Uso fan in the crowd there. They exist. DDT. And Jey Uso going in for the tag on Jimmy. In comes Jimmy. Big right hand to the face of Christian. And another one for Edge. What's Jimmy gonna do now? Riding all this momentum, he's gonna get struck by Christian. That is not Jimmy, that is Jay. I at some point mixed them up, I think. Is that Jay? I'm pretty sure it's Jay. Hang on, I've got to check.
And he fights out of it. He breaks the hold.
Is that? Oh no, that is Jimmy. Okay.
What's he planning here?
Damn twins.
Like this.
Looking all identical and shit.
Make it even less.
Christian just kind of letting him crash and burn there. That was way too calculated. That's the word I was looking for.
To the Skull King. One has to be thinking about the
Jimmy looking for the tag to Jay, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Christian
One of those shots could
taking
be
it back to the
concussion.
corner. Here's the tag made twitch. No? Okay. Christian's been in the ring for quite a while now.
Speed and
Big
experience.
neck breaker there. There's another one.
And he tags out.
Christian now making the tag to his buddy Edge. These guys are absolutely schooling the Usos right now.
Those strikes from Edge are finding a home.
Big DDT connecting by the Uso. Jimmy going to be able to make the tag to Jay. I don't know if that's a wise choice right now, but he got it.
Now he's back out on the apron. Oh, his spine bending and cracking from that back.
The ropes. Big boot to the face. I'd normally like to try and keep an even mind and say this is any man's match, but unfortunately I think Edge and Christian right now, I'd be surprised if they somehow lost this match.
Drop kick, what impact.
Edge on the attack.
Edge now. Execution DDT connecting.
Hits him right on his head. And there's a tag.
Jey Uso laid out. Center of the ring. Christian picking him up.
Uh-oh. Switch.
Looking for the kill switch. Got it. Why isn't Christian going for the pin?
Really tired now. That tank of his
Oh,
has
Christian.
to be reading empty.
Oh,
It
come
has
on.
to be, King.
Enough's enough, guys. Come on, you've already got it. Jay hit with a spear as well for good measure. Here's the cover. Just kind of wanted to get both their moves in there, and unfortunately for the Usos, this was just not their night. They've shown that they've got a lot of potential. We've seen much better performances from these guys in several of their other matches, but they weren't ready for a tag team like Edge and Christian.
Still, WWE Tag Team Champions, Christian and
You want to talk about a tag team war?
Edge and Christian, absolutely phenomenal combination, continuing to succeed in the tag team division as the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions. How long will these guys be reigning for? Right now, there doesn't seem to be a team that can threaten their reign. Well, nonetheless, we've got to carry on. Edge and Christian, still your WWE Tag Team Champions as we move towards our next match of the night. AJ Lee going to try and turn her momentum around as she has challenged Eve to a rematch from a few weeks back. Well, in recent weeks, she's been very vocal about not being featured on SmackDown. Here tonight, she's been given the duties of special referee.
your special referee for this match. From Ponte Florida, Alicia Fox.
John Laurinaitis says there's a lot of animosity between Eve and AJ Lee right now, and they need someone who will be completely and utterly neutral in this matchup. So here tonight, he has appointed Alicia Fox as the referee, as she has been complaining that she is not featured on SmackDown at all lately. So here you go. Alicia Fox going to be competing on SmackDown. Well, I guess not competing, but she's going to be appearing on SmackDown, is probably the better word. Wording. AJ Lee really just trying to make a name for herself. I mean, she's recently come here to SmackDown earlier on in this season, and unfortunately she has not won a single match yet. You can't really blame the determination There's a lot of it, but unfortunately I'm not entirely sure she's got what it takes right now. Why does her Titan friend say Torres, but her name's just Eve? That seems wrong. Didn't they? I think Eve was one of the ones actually where they constantly kept changing it. 1 second she was Eve, then she was Eve Torres, then she was Eve. They just couldn't decide if they wanted to give her the last name or not. A bit like Charlotte. Who the hell was that in her video? Never seen that woman before. Maybe we'll make some sense of her in the next season. Who knows? Eve and AJ set to face off once again. However, no Nikki Bella at ringside for this one, as this is to be called right down the middle by Alicia Fox, the special referee. I'm very curious to see if Alicia Fox will call this one right down the middle. As I say, this is a woman who has been very frustrated with her position in WWE right now. She's been around for the entirety of this company's existence since 2009, and definitely not really been utilized to her fullest on many occasions, I'll be completely honest. Kind of wonder what the future holds for Alicia Fox, but right now she's definitely just calling it down the middle. Watching this one go down as AJ Lee with a big superplex drops Eve center of the ring. I gotta say, right now AJ looking pretty favorable actually. As of late, she has pretty much just kind of been struggling to get out of the starting gate, but seems like right now she's actually able to maintain control of this one pretty fairly. Don't question the flashing bar underneath Alicia Fox, folks. Just don't even look at it. With her floating t-shirt. Couldn't put it on, she had to just drag it across the floor next to her feet. Should have really made a Superstar Threads that was like black and white. Just for this.
Did you hear the impact on that kick? Oh, big elbow, that should do it. Oh, and Eve Torres comes up with a huge move.
AJ working over the knee as she continues to keep control of Eve in this one. Very back and forth matchup between these two. Could this be AJ Lee's first ever victory here tonight? Since debuting, AJ's had some great matches, some great moments here, but she has not yet won a match.
That wasn't very accurate. Controlling the arm. Not today, too fast. And that series ends in deadlock.
Great reversal there by Eve as AJ continues to be in control. Yeah.
AJ squeezing down on the head.
What else we gonna do? Oh, that's one. Oh, well done. AJ really in control of Eve. I mean, right now Eve's still taking back control, but honestly, AJ seems to be really breaking out here tonight. Seems to be stepping out and doing a little better. Oh, drops her flat down.
AJ with the arm.
Yeah, I'm a little bit impressed by how much AJ has managed to control Eve.
Take out the legs.
Oh, okay. Eve taking back control here now. What's Eve gonna do? Alicia Fox checking the submission hold. She's calling this one straight down the middle. Escaped there by AJ Lee. Continually keeps throwing Eve into the ropes. That seems to be a thing to do in this match. Looking forward to that United States Championship match up next. Jack Swagger could finally pick up a big one. You know, he's ever since coming to SmackDown, the guy's not won a match, but here tonight, you never know. Yeah.
She's looking to get out of here.
Wait, where's Alicia Fox getting a little bit frustrated here.
And now the official begins the count.
I mean, yeah, it's the rules. You gotta count them out again. Eve taking the fight to the outside.
On that table, not where you want to be. And the ref continues to draw closer to the count of 10. And now
Once again, the count out restarting here as Eve is maybe being a little bit merciless here.
this is
AJ all with the reversal. It's Eve that's getting put through the announce table. To a count of 7. To a count of 9. Oh, okay, Eve getting in the ring just before the count of 10. Wise move. This one really being surprisingly very back and forth between these two. Eve is someone who's really found her footing as of late in the WWE, I must say. Eve now got a twisting neck breaker connecting on AJ Lee, and here's the count, and that was a 1, just a 1 there. Very, very fast kick out by AJ Lee.
Oh no! As bad as this hold looks, believe me, our guest referee watching closely.
Submission hold applied, and Eve able to break out of it. AJ continuing to deliver in this matchup against Eve. Very, very interesting matchup so far. I think both women have really impressed, to be honest.
Oh no! AJ's still dizzy.
Suplex. Oh, drops it down.
Nice dodge there.
What's AJ going to do from the corner here? Turn Eve over. Sets her up on the top.
Careful, careful.
He obviously, yeah, Fox, you know, it's a referee's duty. Say, you've got to get down from there. AJ Lee seems to be measuring Eve here, but Eve not getting to her feet. Oh, there you go. Drops it flat down there. Eve back in control once more. Going for a brainbuster. Okay, that's a little bit of a unique move there. Into the corner. AJ seems to be completely and firmly in control. Whoa! Don't attack the referee! What the hell are you doing? Whoa! Oh, okay. This one's broken down now. Hold on a minute. I'm not really sure what happened there. Alicia Fox got caught there by something, and AJ Lee, I don't know if maybe Fox was going for something and AJ was just fighting out of it or what, but that could have very much been it. And Alicia Fox very quickly counting a 3 count. I can't really say I'm surprised. It looked like Fox was about to attempt something on AJ though, and AJ just struck back. I don't necessarily... I think Fox may have actually decided to align with Eve at some point there. That didn't entirely seem like AJ just struck Fox for no reason. I wish we could get a replay for that, but unfortunately we don't have one available. You can always go back and have a look. I'm pretty sure Fox tried to attack AJ. AJ just fought her off. Well, in the end, it's another loss for AJ Lee. I'm not entirely sure what this means. Is Alicia Fox maybe going to be associated with the likes of Nikki Bella and Eve? They seem to be forming some kind of Mean Girls group here on SmackDown. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. We got to move forward though. Up next, the United States Championship on the line. Drew McIntyre and Jack Swagger. And a cough. Oh damn it! I didn't move this. Okay, well this might not be visible on YouTube right now. Thanks WWE for competently copyright claiming Drew's entrance. Really appreciate that, especially when you release one claim and then block it worldwide on another and dispute that one. It makes a lot of sense when you do that. Thank you, WWE. Very, very nice of you. Drew McIntyre, the proud wearer of the United States Championship. I would actually love to know what he is up to in his reign. It's gotta be pretty damn high as numbers go. Let's have a look. I can find that out real quick because I'm so caught up on episodes that the wiki should be pretty much as up to date as it can be. 280. But just oh my god, all these ads, holy shit. Stop! Oh, here we go. Youthful maintains. Oh no, I think the page is a little bit outdated at the moment of recording this. I'm a week behind by the looks of it. So, he's actually 294 days deep into his US Championship reign, right? Well, 292, because it's not 7 days, it's 5 days. 292 days into his reign right now. Which means that if Drew McIntyre can defend here tonight successfully against Jack Swagger, he'll be walking into Money in the Bank defending the title against Rey Mysterio with a 301-day United States Championship reign. The longest we have ever seen, no doubt about it, in this universe. 301 he could be. I mean, even if he loses it tonight, 292 days he has held that championship. He is just over 2 months from being the first man to have ever held a title for an entire year. Jack Swagger dressed in red, white, and blue, very clear, very symbolic of Swagger, who clearly believes he's walking out of this one with the United States Championship intact. Oh, in tow, I should say. It would be his first ever victory since coming here to SmackDown from ECW, where he was once ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Things have really gone down for Jack Swagger. He is I believe he was the first man to challenge Drew McIntyre upon the reactivation of the United States Championship. He is the first defense of what is 9 successful defenses right now as US Champion. And Drew, flatliner. Hold on a minute. Drew McIntyre with the Future Shock DDT. We are a minute into this match. Drew McIntyre clearly determined to go to Money in the Bank. Can you imagine Drew McIntyre missed the Money in the Bank though? I mean, it's a natural progression for him at this point. He has been an absolute legend in both tag team wrestling and singles wrestling. The only thing he's yet to have done is achieve that world championship. He could join Sheamus and be the 3rd ever Grand Slam champion. Big DDT there. And Drew McIntyre, in just over a minute and a half, has already ended this one. Wow. Sorry, he could join Kane as Grand Slam champion, the 2nd ever Grand Slam, 3rd ever Triple Crown. as he is a former European champion, which is a tertiary title. So yeah, he is a world title away from that. And tell you what, Drew McIntyre versus Rey Mysterio at Money in the Bank sounds like a match you're not going to want to miss. The winner of that match will not only be the United States champion, but he will go on to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We now know it will be Drew McIntyre and Rey Mysterio for the United States title. I can't wait to see it. As we move on to our next match, though, Sheamus teams up with Brock Lesnar for the first time ever to face off against another first time ever team of Triple H and Kane.
Approaching the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 295 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
While Brock Lesnar would love to get his hands on the Money in the Bank briefcase and be one step closer to becoming a two-time World Heavyweight Champion, I can tell you that now. He has got to go through his greatest rival to date, though, and that is Triple H. The animosity between those two is off the charts. They truly, desperately, and definitely hate each other. Sheamus has boldly set forth on a quest to try and dethrone Kane and become World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not sure what went on in his head that told him to target Kane and try to become World Heavyweight Champion, but so far, I gotta say, Sheamus has been making one hell of a statement here on SmackDown. There has been some real impressive showing from Sheamus. And I mean, this has kind of been his point since coming into SmackDown, is he got told that he was holder of the tertiary title, the bottom-ranked singles championship on SmackDown. He took that very personally, said he is leagues above being the bottom champion. For as long as he was European champion, he was the world champion as far as he was concerned. And the moment he lost that European title, he didn't even go back for it. He's not challenging Sandow for a rematch. He's going straight for the title he feels belongs to him. Triple H full of determination here tonight. You know, him and Brock Lesnar, they really tore the house down at Capital Punishment, but neither of them came out on top. Neither of them came out knowing who the better man actually was, and that is something that I think plays in both of their heads quite a bit. They can resolve that, not only here tonight, but next Sunday at Money in the Bank, when that briefcase hangs high above the ring. One of those two has almost got to win it to prove the other one who's the better man. Triple H and Kane is one tag team here tonight that I definitely never really imagined in my mind, but the idea of those two teaming up, well, I tell you, that's a fearsome combination.
Weighing 323 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Kane.
The World Heavyweight Champion, Kane, teaming up with the game Triple H. But then you say that, look at who they're facing, Sheamus and Brock Lesnar. SmackDown has got some of the most superior competitors on this show. No sound. So it's going to be Triple H and Brock Lesnar starting things off, and you got to think the animosity between these two. Are we even going to be able to see a result in this tag team matchup? Kane and Sheamus set to face off for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank.
It's an amazing atmosphere in this arena tonight. Look at these two jockeying for position.
Brock Lesnar and Triple H, as I say, Capital Punishment really kicked off in a big way when these two faced off. It is great to see them in the ring with each other again.
He might not know where he is right now. And did you hear the impact on that kick? The game. Into the
game.
Oh, that elbow's got him. That'll leave a mark. Not fast enough. Looked like he wanted to rip his leg off on that move. Brock Lesnar squeezing down on the head. What a series. Nobody's backing down here. Oh,
nice DDT there by Triple H. Reversal to Brock Lesnar. Back and forth. You got to wonder if either of these guys will even bother tagging their tag team partners in. There is so much hatred between these two men. Oh, Triple H going straight after Sheamus. So I guess realistically, yeah, Sheamus defeated Triple H last week. We know Triple H with a bruised ego is no joke. Let's can't forget last week, Kane coming out just trashing the place. Comes outside ringside, starts tearing up the place, and then has to be taken away from ringside. Didn't actually lay a finger on Triple H or Sheamus. He just simply came out and started tearing the place up. Did not take too kindly to being attacked by Sheamus.
Nasty landing. Countered by Sheamus. You can see the mind turning.
Kane going on the outside there. You saw him looking to target perhaps Brock Lesnar. Don't forget, it's Kane who is the reason that The Undertaker is not a part of Friday nights right now. We don't know where The Undertaker is, but since losing the World Heavyweight Championship to Kane at Capital Punishment, we have not seen or heard a damn thing from The Undertaker. He has been gone. Paul Bearer says that Undertaker has realized that Kane is the superior brother between the two. And Undertaker is just taking some time away to accept this realization, and that we'll see him back soon on the same side as Kane. That is Paul Bearer's guarantee. Triple H making no sign of interest in tagging in Kane in this one. Next week on SmackDown, we've got a champion versus champion main event that you do not want to miss. Former tag team partner of Sheamus and current reigning United States champion Drew McIntyre set to go one-on-one with Kane in a champion versus champion main event. I can't wait to see which one of these two champions comes out the winner. Drew McIntyre may be the lesser champion, so to speak, as the United States champion, but that is a man who has made history with that title. That is a man who has proven time and time again just how good he is. Him and Kane, I feel like they'll really tear the roof off this place.
So far, this has been a very competitive tag team match.
Could this be the moment? Okay, Triple H actually going to tag Kane in. Take a little rest from attacking Brock Lesnar, as here comes the big red monster, the current world champion here on SmackDown.
Kane controlling the head. And Lesnar now in trouble here.
Definitely a force to be feared. Triple H. Hold on a minute. Whoa! Triple H making it clear he has no interest in teaming with the World Heavyweight Champion. Well, alright then. Triple H doesn't want to team with Kane? Brock Lesnar and Sheamus are going to have a fun time dismantling the World Heavyweight Champion, I'm sure.
What a clothesline by Kane.
Triple H walking out on his tag team partner. Much to the shock of all these fans, I'm sure. What the hell possessed him to want to do that? I guess realistically, Kane is wearing what Triple H wants. The softened up Kane is, come Money in the Bank, maybe the more likely Triple H would want to cash in should he win the briefcase.
The power of Kane, and he has to make a tag to his fresh partner.
This is going to be a tough situation for Kane to be in now. He's got to face Sheamus and Brock Lesnar 2-on-1. I don't care how tough you are. That is two guys I don't think a lot of people could take down in a handicap situation. Kane is fighting on. He is not letting Triple H's abandonment affect this match.
Wow, did you hear the impact when Lesnar went down?
He is definitely bringing it to Lesnar right now.
Lesnar is so fast for a big man. What a counter.
Kane welcoming in his Money in the Bank opponent. They will collide for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank.
Kane to reverse it. Bam! Kane has the headlock.
Sheamus has never really felt firsthand, well, he hasn't in a couple of years at least, what the amount of damage that that Kane is capable of. This should be an interesting one for Sheamus. He may want to be competing for the World Heavyweight Championship right now. We'll see how he's feeling a few minutes into this matchup. Maybe he'll regret that decision to target Kane in the first place. You know, Kane will have taken that attack very personally. Finally captured the World Heavyweight Championship. Got someone like Sheamus raining on his parade, targeting him, attacking him.
Sheamus comes up with Kane could finish here. What a move. Can he capitalize?
Oh boy, I think we've seen this before. Kane coming back in. Sheamus running away. Never mind, he came face to face with him, and uh-oh. This definitely doesn't look good for Sheamus. If Kane is able to do what I think he's about to do. Oh boy. What the hell? And I believe there was a choke slam. It was too inappropriate. We couldn't show it. Sheamus managing to fight back here. Kane. Uh-oh. Hold on a second, Kane. You'll get yourself disqualified there. I'm not necessarily sure he cares, but Kane with a steel chair in hand. And Sheamus knocks it out. Sheamus! White noise! Caught Kane off guard.
Sheamus makes the cover. Squeezing down on the head.
Sheamus managing to take control of the World Heavyweight Champion Kane as he's measuring. And really, Triple H walking out on these two, on his partner Kane has really affected the course of this match. Oh, wow. A high cross connecting on Kane. That's got to be it. The World Heavyweight Champion completely taken out of his game, and there it is. Sheamus catching Kane off guard. Kane went to strike with a steel chair, but it was Sheamus who actually set him up, catching with that white noise. Hold on a minute. Triple H coming back out, and oh! Brock Lesnar and Sheamus wailing on their rivals. Wow. Imagine these two becoming a tag team. That is one combination I don't think anyone would want to cross. Well, thank you all for watching this week's episode of SmackDown, and I'll see you in 2 days' time when ECW presents Judgment Day.